Now the main problem area is up here. All of this going on up here is what's causing me the most physical discomfort. It's like a visceral reaction of discontent coming from this area.
Sup my dudes, Valkyrja. Today I want to talk to you about Silverwolf's banner because I think it's kind of an okay banner, but there's one thing I do want to discuss. If you guys don't know, the banner is Dan Heng, Asta, and Serval. And the reason I want to talk about it is because the banner is very dysfunctional within itself. Now what I mean, we all know Silverwolf is really going to excel in more so mono teams with lots of quantum characters, or teams where you have basically two of one element and you want to use Serval to kind of, not Serval, Silverwolf to kind of make it so those characters can have weakness to the enemy much more consistently. So with that being said, each character, each 4-star on this banner is a different element, so that already goes against Silverwolf, and it makes it so it's a very dysfunctional banner, whereas Hoyo normally has pretty synergistic banners like they've had in the past. A lot of the characters, or a lot of the banners they drop, tend to synergize really well with each other, and this banner is very anti-synergist. But that being said, I do want to talk about the characters because I think all the characters on the banner are pretty good, especially Dan Heng with Eidolons. Like, this is a good chance to get Dan Heng Eidolons. And Dan Heng, whenever he has Eidolons, he's very, very, very strong, and I do want to go over that today. So, let's go ahead, let's get into it. So first things first, if you're summoning on this banner, that means you are summoning for 4-star Eidolons no matter what, because we got all 3 characters for free, which is another takeaway from the banner, so I don't think it's like that crazy of a banner 4-star wise. So I'm looking at the banner as a whole because you're only summoning for Eidolons, right? And as far as Asta goes, her big Eidolons are 2 and 6, obviously, in my opinion, just to try to generate more stacks, so she's able to have a lot more stacks and increase the amount of uptime on her ultimate, or not her ultimate, but her passive. If you guys don't know what her passive does, her passive basically gives your team more attack. Every single stack she has gives the team 7% attack at level 1. It goes up with every level. It goes up to 5 times. And whenever she loses her turn, or whenever her turn's over, starting from her second turn, the stack count is reduced by 3 at the beginning of every turn. So she loses 3 stacks a turn. Basically, it makes it so her Eidolons are going to give her more stack uptime, giving your team more attack buff. But in the end, this is an okay attack buff. It's nothing crazy. It's not like a crazy high attack buff, and it's really hard to actually upkeep, especially whenever you're against a singular enemy, because it gains 1 stack for every different enemy hit by Asta, so it ends up being pretty rough. The enemy has to have fire weakness too to gain an additional stack. It's pretty hard to actually maintain, so the Eidolons help greatly with that. It makes her much more viable against like elites and MOC and stuff like that, so she ends up being really good in those regards. But in the end, it's still like not like crazy Eidolons. A lot of the 4-stars don't have crazy Eidolons, and she's just another one where I don't think it's anything insane. It's good to have, don't get me wrong, it's really good, but it's nothing crazy. And then whenever we go over to Serval, I think her Eidolon 1, her first Eidolon, her 4th Eidolon, her 6th Eidolon, both are very strong. I basically said all the Eidolons are good. Encore's an okay Eidolon, but it's nothing insane at the same time. But the first one, allowing her to basically deal more AoE damage. The 4th one, allowing her to apply shock more often, is really good, especially since a lot of people are going to be running Serval with Kafka. And then the 6th Eidolon deals 30% more damage to shocked enemies. 30% more damage is really good, especially whenever you consider she's an AoE unit and she's going to take any damage buff she can. So whenever you get rid of the outside mobs and you're focusing on just one target, she can deal more damage in that situation. But in the end, once again, I don't think her Eidolons are that insane. I don't think they're absolute game changers. I think they're good in applying shock and helping shock stay up, and her ability to actually spread shock and apply it more. I think they're good in that regards, and they can help out her damage through the levels through 3 and 5, but they're nothing insane once again. And now we get into the character who actually has insane Eidolons, Dan Heng. Dan Heng actually has really good Eidolons. Don't look at the no relics. But he has really good Eidolons up and down. They're all really nice. When a target's current HP percentage is greater than or equal to 50%, crit rate increases by 12%. This is good for a good half the fight. A good 12% crit rate is pretty good. Reduces talent cooldown by 1 turn. This is really good. It makes it so it's a 1 turn cooldown instead of 2 turns. Ends up having double the uptime because of that. When Dan Heng uses his ultimate to defeat an enemy, his next action is forwarded by 100%. Which is really good because this is just Seela passive and an E4. The thing that makes Seela broken, he gets an E4. He doesn't get her damage bonus, but he ends up getting another action very quickly. Because of that, it's really good. The slow state triggered by skill reduces the enemy speed by an extra 8%. I don't need to explain why this is really strong. Just slowing enemies in general is really, really good. So all of his Eidolons make him a very, very strong character, where he's already one of the strongest single target damage dealers in the game. The Eidolons just kind of pump that up even more, because he ends up getting a lot of bonuses, whether he's killing things or just slowing it, the Eidolons are very, very strong on Dan Heng. So all in all, if we discount Silverwolf from the banner, let's say you're just wanting to summon for the 4 stars and we're completely discounting Silverwolf from the banner, I don't think this banner is an absolute must summon on. I don't think it's a very good banner to summon on unless you're wanting Silverwolf. Simply because the 4-star Eidolons, you already have all those 4-star characters. They were all given for free. All the 4-star Eidolons are not insane outside of Dan Heng. And 1 in 3 chance to have insane Eidolons is kind of not that good to me. But if you're a big fan of Dan Heng and you want to get his Eidolons, go ahead. You're a big fan of Serval, you want our Eidolons, go ahead. In the end, summon for who you want in this game. Don't listen to content creators. Build who you want, use who you want. If you have fun using a specific character, go for it. But I genuinely believe Silverwolf's banner is probably the worst banner out yet. I think Seela's banner was really good. I think Jing Yuan's banner was insane. I think Loach's banner, from what we can see, is also very, very good. The only downside to it is Gambit Girl, but I love Gambit Girl. She's so fun to play. The only real downside to it is Gambit Girl, Pela, and Yukong look insane. So this banner, I do believe, is like the worst banner we've gotten yet. But then again, that's just my opinion. And what does my opinion matter at the end of the day anyways? If you want it, go by all means, go ahead and go nuts for it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching as always. Just want to give my opinion out there for people who care about this banner and how good value it is. I don't think it's very good value at all. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Am I right? Am I wrong? I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.